Hi, this is Mark from Snooker Crazy. Very short video this time. This one is just to hopefully once and final really answer a question that I keep getting asked most days of the week, is where do I buy all the products that I do the repairs and refurbs with? Basic answer, I make them myself. That's it. So end of video. But yeah, I'll give a little bit of background to it. I generally use a lot of waxes and oils. I'm showing you a little picture of them in front. So if I just take you through some of them, this one is an oil and wax mix. See the light colour, so no dyes or anything in there that's going to change the colour of it. Very natural. This one, just about get the light right, is sort of a brown, dark browny sort of tan colour. This is what I use on some of the antique type finishes that I want. This is a black grain enhancer, so it's not a filler. So a lot of people claim to have fillers, and then when you put them in, they don't actually go hard in the grain. So it's a grain enhancer, and this is what I'll put over the top once I've filled some of the grain in a cue, and that gives it that nice black finish. This is an oil that I mix up. Again, it's natural. There's no dryers in it as such. And here's an older one that's very sun bleached, we'll call that. That's a mixture of a few different oils. Now, basically, I'm looking at different colours. That's what I'm trying to achieve. You can see, if I can get the texture right in the light, that's the grain enhancer I use. Generally ends up with a skin over the top, all of these. So you think, oh, they're going off, but they're not. It's just where it pretty much oxidises. But once you just push through the surface of it, it goes on nice and gloopy. Now, what I will say is that I don't know if I said it already, but they're all natural. So there's no chemicals, no extra dryers, nothing to do it quickly. I generally burnish everything in, so that means I'm putting some heat into it. And it's good enough really within a day to go. And I'm sure a lot of people question that, but I've done literally hundreds and hundreds of cues that people have had. No one's come back and said that it's wet. And I know it's not, because I do it on my own cues. So what I try and do is give you a few cues as an example. If you take them there, the light's not great in here. It's making it look lighter than it is. But if you take this top cue, that's generally just got an oil on it. So it's just keeping the colour. So that'll have something like this on it, but probably a lighter one of these. As I say, I like to put these in different amounts of sunshine, so sometimes they'll start to go with colour. So I'll pick which one I'm going to use. This one here is a wax oil, and that will be that one over there. And what I'll try and do is mix a little bit of this in with it, so you'll get a shade between the two. And then you'll see the different tones as I go down through. So you might not see it very well on this particular one, but that does. This one is slightly darker than that one, and that's to give it sort of an antique-y sort of feel. And I'll decide where I want to be, because a lot of the thing I'm working on a particular part of the cue, and I'm trying to match it in. And that's where I love sort of doing these ones, because I can just put it straight on and then start to blend it a bit, and then I might even mix it with a bit of oil. And then by the time I've burnished it, it's there. And it sounds like there's a long process. A lot of these actually, to match them, don't even take any more than a minute. So once you've got the actual ingredients, it's great. It's a bit like sort of mixing paints, if you like. Now, what can I show you next? I probably think the best thing would be to show you this one I've done this morning. So it's early on a Sunday morning, so I might be not great with words. But you can see there that I've used the grain enhancer, so this black one, straight in there, just to give you an idea between the two. And what I would do then is blend that in slowly, probably coat it with a little bit of oil after I've burnished it. But you get a good idea. There's quite a difference there. Now this is only a relatively cheap cue, and it's had what I would think is some sort of lacquer underneath it. This particular cue came in a few days ago. What you can't see, if I can, I'll try and get a picture up to show this one. It'll probably be on the Facebook page for those that follow me, so if you want to see a picture of it. This particular one was snapped right down this line, so from there to about there, the whole cue just came straight away. You could actually put your finger in this particular part. So that's been going for a couple of days on a clamp. And just to give a few people a tip, if you like, it was actually snapped right over here. And what I've done to blend it is actually got this blunt blade and slowly put a few more lines over the crack, because it was quite like a doorstep on it virtually. That was being hit over the side of the table. It's difficult to know really. But either way, I've put a few more lines down it, put some more grain enhancer in it, put a little bit of oil over the top, sanded it in and worked it. And now you can't, I mean, I know where it is. You can probably see a little bit in there, possibly, I don't know. But I certainly can't feel any of it. Difficult to see, which is good, which is the purpose. And then I'll slowly work in that grain enhancer till I'm happy with it, and then I'll burnish it in. And once it's burnished, I'll just rub a little bit of 10,000 grit steel over the top again, just to take any nibs off. And then I'll just burnish it again. And that'll be it then, that'll go out. It doesn't take too long. So that's all glued in. I've had that up in my hand and bent it to make sure it doesn't come apart again. And that's fine, so that'll go. But the point is that most of these I actually use to match repairs. That was the whole purpose at the beginning. So whether it be an oil or an oil and a wax, but even if you're doing ferrules and stuff, and you get sometimes people do the chalk at the top, so you've got all these horrible little lines that you're trying to blend in with different colours, and it's just a quick wipe with one of these, and all of a sudden you can't see anything, and it is literally seconds. I think that's about it. So the purpose of the video really is to explain I'm not buying these products from anywhere. So as much as I get asked questions all the time, how do you get the shine on this, or how have you matched that, where do you buy your waxes, where do you get your oils, they're all made in the kitchen. And that's about as much as I can say really. I'm not going to give away all the ingredients, but as I say, they're all natural, which is the hardest thing. Very, very easy to make products, go out and get thinners and stuff like that, and linseed oils and what have you, and put it all together, or sort of there's so many different oils, or just go out and get certain products that dry in 5 hours and then they're thin as you like and come straight off. But these ones, I know that if a cue comes back in for a retip or a repair, I can match them really quickly, and they're all very, very quick and easy to blend in, and they all burnish quick. So nothing's taken a long time to dry. None of them are sticky. And very easy to use, but so it's taken me quite a few years to get to that point. I do get asked regularly, are we going to sell them? I let a few of them go to cue makers that I know are going to act sort of reasonably responsible with it, because even I'll give you one tip, because you think I'm giving you the answer, but I'm not. But this particular one is a linseed oil. There are literally thousands of linseed oils out there. Just because you buy one linseed oil that's natural doesn't mean to say it's the same as another. It all depends where they're grown, what altitude they're grown at, and that's the biggest thing that I found was the altitude. Because without thinners in it, you want it to dry quick, and depending on where it's grown, without going too deep, that will dictate how quickly you can burnish something in and how quickly it dries. And so it's taken me quite a few years to stumble across that. And if you could see my cupboard, it will be full of literally flipping stacks of different linseed oils till I got to the right one with the mix. Now I've got this one, I've got a lot of it to keep me going, just in case they stop making it. But that's about it really. So we may sell it later if I get the right safety documents for it, and people go, well, you don't need them if they're all natural. Well, yeah, I can have a long debate about that, but basically linseed oil can spontaneously combust, so I don't want any comebacks on that, so I'll bottom that one out, and if I do get to the bottom of it, then we'll sell it. But apart from that, it just goes to a few trusted cue makers at the moment. But there you go. So hopefully that answers the question and gives you a rough insight into what I use it for, and hopefully that will keep me going for a while. I regularly do stocks of this. I think I've got that and one more pot. I normally do about 40 or 50 at a time, but yeah, it serves me well. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Ta-da.